Hello, this is Lab 7-6. We're starting off on a clean Excel, and we're going to use Power Pivot. Actually, let me add that to my computer really quick. All right, I have it added. Now we can go to Manage. Okay, looks like I have to restart my Excel. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I got it running again. Screen sharing, yes, okay. So what I had to do is close out of VMware completely, sign back in, and it worked. So we're gonna we went to manage, and so now we have to get external data from database, from SQL Server. Now I gotta just type this information really quick, and I'll be right back. All right, I went ahead and typed in the server name and the database name, and we can go ahead and hit next. Okay, scroll up, please. Okay, well, there you go. You hit next, and then we want to write a query, and then hit next, and I'll type this really quick, and I'll be right back. All right, I have the code typed up from the textbook. I will, once this VMware decides to work with me, I will continue to validate this. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And I can't pause it because this occurs every time I resume recording. And so this will happen every single time as of right now. Okay, there it goes. You hit validate, incorrect syntax error. I believe it has to do with these quotation marks. Again, once, there we go. Quotations, hit validate once again. It says this SQL statement is valid. Okay, I think I can go ahead and hit next. I mean, not next, but finish. We are hoping for a success. There we go. 298,516 rows were transferred. That matches the textbook, so we can go ahead and close this. Now you have to select trend date, go to the design tab, and we want date table, new. Okay, it's loading up. Okay, now we have the date table that we have inserted based on the transaction dates we have selected on the query. All right, now that that is inserted, we can go back to the calendar tab, which we're on. So we want to insert a pivot table, so we're going to go to Home, select Pivot Table. Come on, please work with me. Okay, there you go. New worksheet. Okay. Okay. Now we have a pivot table with calendar. It should be calendar inquiry. Fortunately, the Excel is being slow. Just the whole computer is being slow. I can't see much. Oh yeah, just have that. I don't know why this. Okay, there it goes. So we have to go to measures. So I'm gonna need my tab back. So oh, there it goes. You go to measures, new measure. Now we want to type in quite a bit of stuff here. So not quite a bit of stuff, but some information here. So I'll be right back once that is typed up. All right, I have updated this information. I have updated the measure name and the formula, and so I think everything else is good to go. Categories general. Let me go ahead and check the formula. It's not valid. Not sure why. All right, I just had to close out this measure box, and then I re-inputted everything in, and it worked. So we can go ahead and hit OK. So we have to do this again. You got to go to pivot, power pivot, measure, new measure. This time, it'll be called last year. Okay, so we had to put calculate sum, and then we also have to input in amount. Oh, close that out, close that out. Check formula, no errors in formula, okay. So we have two of the same values because we haven't specified for just current year or for just last year for this column. So we have to do the next step would be to go to KPI, new KPI. Current year for measure, we want last year. And like before, this would be 98. And this one should be 102. There you go. That's good for the unclass style. And we can hit OK. And so let me, oh, that's hidden already. We got to go. We want to put date hierarchy under rows. And then we'll let it auto detect. And close. So we want to get rid of this current year status, 0 right here. We can hit more fields. It'll probably be in Curry. Current year status. And then click it again, and there's the colors again. Although I don't know if Did I not put date hierarchy? So I did have an issue. I don't know why. It's probably because it's pretty late. But anyway, I had inputted a manage measure. This calculation right here. I had just went ahead and made the measure. I created the measure just inputting calculate sum and then an amount, and I forgot the last part. But now that that is updated, we can go ahead and continue on. And so this just compares last year and current year, but we want to see this in months. So we're going to go to measure once again. And then we want a new measure name. I'll be right back once I have all of this typed in. All right, I have the previous month equation or formula typed in, and there were no errors found. And so we can go ahead and click OK. All right, and now for the next step, we are going to add another column for current month. So we have to go to measure, new measure, and I'll type this in real quick. All right, I have current month, the formula for current month inputted. And so category general, okay. So now we have to go to a KPI, okay, new KPI. And then we have the, but actually this is current month and measure should be previous month. This one, like before, should be 98 and 102. 102. We have the stoplight thing selected. We had OK. Now, much like before, we have the uncheck status and click it again. And now we have that there. Now, the next step is to bring in the data we have at a lower level by state and store. So in order to do that, we're going to slice it. Gotta make sure I'm in the pivot. Gonna head over to analyze. Now we're gonna insert a slicer. And we want to select state and store and hit OK. Now we have these slicers, these side by side. And so these serve as a filter, and it also selects a certain state. And so did not want to do that. I don't know what happened. There we go. Florida, go for it. Okay, see, some of these for some reason are not bringing up data, and it could probably just be because those stores don't have any data. But heading on to the next step, we're going to go to Power Pivot. We're going to go to Manage. We want to look at the diagram view. Now we want to create a hierarchy by selecting state and store. Right click and then create a hierarchy. Now we're going to name this store. and state. And then hierarchy, okay, I think that's good. And then you can just hit enter, and now that's renamed. Now we can just exit out of this. I think we can. Just go ahead and exit out of this. All right, we're back to our original tab. Just want to see, make sure table fields. I want to look at the query just to make sure our hierarchy is there. There it goes. So now we have to check this box and drag this. We want store and state hierarchy to be on top of date hierarchy. There we go. I still have these selected, so that's why. Maybe if I clear this. Okay, so now we have all of the states, and then for each year. And then we also have data for the month as well. If I make this bigger, we could see the stored numbers as well. So this is pretty useful just because it shows you a lot of information. And you could just look at a particular store if you know what store you want to look at. But yeah, this wraps up lab 7-6. Thank you.